Hello and welcome to Rewired by Words, where we explore the hidden power of everyday language to transform your relationships and reshape the way you connect with the world. In today's video, we're diving into the art of giving praise and offering criticism, how just a few well-chosen words can either build trust or quietly damage it. From mastering sincere compliments to learning how to give feedback without hurting others, you'll discover practical, thoughtful tips to become a wiser, more impactful communicator. Let's unlock the power of words together. Have you ever received a genuine compliment that instantly lifted your mood and made your whole day feel lighter? Sometimes, just a simple sentence like, "You did an excellent job," or "I'm truly impressed by how you handled that situation," can make someone feel recognized and appreciated. From there, the connection between two people can become closer and more meaningful. Compliments are like a soft power, gentle, but incredibly effective in communication. They don't just help you earn favor in others' eyes, they create a positive and friendly atmosphere. The person being praised feels valued and more open, while the one who knows how to compliment sincerely and timely is often seen as thoughtful, tactful, and well-liked, whether at work or in personal life. On the other hand, criticism, no matter how true, can become a double-edged sword if not delivered skillfully. One careless remark can unintentionally hurt someone, create distance, or even ruin a good relationship. Wise people understand that words have the power to shape emotions, behaviors, and even destinies. This is a profound reminder. Praise more often and be cautious when you need to criticize. A timely compliment can open doors of opportunity, while harsh criticism can shut down trust. So, how can we praise without sounding fake, criticize without causing harm, and make our words an advantage instead of a trap? Let's explore this together. There is a subtle but important difference between genuine praise and flattery. Many people confuse the two, but they have very different intentions and effects. Genuine praise comes from the heart and is based on true appreciation. It highlights specific qualities or actions that deserve recognition. Flattery, however, tends to be exaggerated, insincere, and often aimed at gaining favor or manipulating others. When you offer sincere praise, it builds trust and strengthens relationships. The person receiving authentic compliments feels valued and motivated to improve. In contrast, flattery usually backfires because it feels hollow and dishonest. People can easily sense when praise isn't genuine, which can lead to distrust and resentment. Learning to praise properly means being specific, honest, and timely. Avoid overdoing it or sounding fake. For example, instead of saying, "You're the best," try saying, "I really admire how carefully you handled that situation." This kind of compliment feels more real and impactful. Understanding this difference is a key skill for effective communication. Offering sincere praise helps build deeper connections and fosters a positive environment, while avoiding flattery keeps relationships honest and meaningful. We often find it easier to criticize others than to offer them praise. When someone makes a mistake, our immediate reaction is usually to blame or point out what went wrong. But when someone does something well, very few of us take a moment to genuinely acknowledge their effort. This tendency quietly harms the relationships around us. Criticism, if not delivered at the right time or in the right way, can become a sharp weapon that wounds. Many believe they are simply helping others improve by pointing out faults. But often, their words come across as harsh, cold, and insensitive. Instead of recognizing their mistakes, the listener feels attacked and belittled. They close off their hearts, resist the message, and slowly drift away. Have you ever seen a child scolded in front of others, lowering their head and withdrawing silently? Adults react the same way. No one likes being criticized publicly or feeling diminished by someone close. That's why criticism requires tact and sensitivity. Choose the right moment, when emotions have calmed and no one else is around. Begin with encouragement, then gently offer your feedback. Most importantly, focus on the behavior, not the person. Instead of saying, "You're irresponsible," say, "If you had informed us earlier, it would have been much easier for everyone to prepare." The way you phrase it changes how your words are received. On the other hand, praise acts like a vitamin for the soul. It not only makes people feel recognized, but also motivates them to keep growing. Timely praise strengthens trust, deepens bonds, and helps others feel understood. However, praise must be sincere. Don't give compliments just to fill silence and never flatter. Intelligent people can quickly spot insincerity. The most effective praise is heartfelt, specific, and well-timed. For example, instead of a vague, "good job," say, "The way you handled the customer today was very professional. I'm genuinely impressed." Adding a little detail increases the value of your compliment many times over. The most important thing to remember: words have power. They can build a person up or tear down their confidence. Will you be someone who inspires or someone who wounds? It all starts with the language you choose every day. Try this. Criticize less, praise more. You'll notice your relationships improve significantly. Not because you're being fake, but because you're thoughtful enough to make the world around you kinder and more positive. Not everyone understands the power of words or how to use them wisely in everyday life. We've all heard the saying, "Words cost nothing, so choose them carefully to please others." But how many of us truly live by this advice? Words, though invisible, hold immense power. They can build someone up or tear them down in seconds. Wise people don't say everything they think. Instead, they choose their words so others can receive them more easily. It's not about being dishonest, it's about understanding that the impact of your words depends less on how correct you are and more on how the listener feels afterward. This is why genuine praise is one of the most effective soft weapons in communication. A sincere, timely, and specific compliment can make someone feel valued and respected, even shifting how they see themselves. Imagine a child hearing, "You really tried hard today. I see your progress," compared to a casual, indifferent, "Good job." The first child feels happy, understood, and motivated to keep trying. Adults need the same. Who doesn't want encouragement? But how do we master the art of complimenting? 1. Praise at the right moment, immediately after someone does well. Timely praise encourages timely motivation. 2. Be specific, don't be vague. Point out exactly what impressed you. "Your handling of that situation was very professional. I truly learned from you." 3. Praise the right person at the right time. Knowing who needs encouragement matters. Sometimes a single sentence can save someone's mood or even their life. Meanwhile, criticism, even if well-intentioned, needs to be sugar-coated. Instead of saying, "You're completely wrong," try, "If we try it this way, I think it might work better. What do you think?" The same message, but the listener feels respected and is more open to hearing it. Successful communicators follow this rule. Criticize in private, praise in public. Keep criticism gentle and constructive. Share praise openly to inspire and spread positivity. And one more thing, practice positive speech even in difficult moments. Instead of, "I hate how you work," try, "I think if we communicate better, your work could improve even more." Instead of, "You don't understand anything," say, "This part is tricky. Let me explain it another way." Small changes in how you speak lead to big improvements in relationships. Remember, complimenting is not flattery. Flattery is insincere and manipulative. Compliments are genuine recognition from the heart. Those who praise wisely have open hearts and eyes that see the good in others. Words carry immense power. They can either build up or tear down a person. That's why mastering the art of communication is so important. The way you choose your words affects not only what you say, but how others feel and respond. Criticism, when not handled carefully, can become a double-edged sword. Even with good intentions, harsh or blunt words can wound deeply. People may not hear the helpful message behind the criticism. Instead, they feel attacked and discouraged. This can damage trust and create distance between people. A wise communicator understands the importance of timing, tone, and empathy. Before speaking critically, consider whether the moment is right and if your words can be received with openness. Start with kindness and encouragement. Focus on specific behaviors or actions, not the person's character. For example, rather than saying, "You're careless," try, "If you pay a little more attention to the details, the results will improve." This approach makes feedback easier to accept and more likely to lead to positive change. On the other hand, genuine praise works like a vitamin for the soul. It encourages people, boosts confidence, and motivates growth. The right compliment at the right time can strengthen bonds and build trust. However, praise must be authentic. Insincere flattery often backfires. People can sense when compliments are not genuine, which can lead to mistrust. The best compliments are specific and heartfelt. Instead of a vague, "good job," say something like, "I was really impressed with how professionally you handled that challenge." Adding detail increases the impact of your words. Remember, words can shape emotions, behaviors, and even the future of relationships. Choose them wisely. Be a person who lifts others up rather than tears them down. While criticism can be necessary, it must be delivered with care and kindness. Even when your intentions are good, harsh words can wound and alienate others. That's why it's important to wrap criticism in gentle language. Instead of saying, "You're completely wrong," try something like, "Have you considered this approach? I think it might work better." The message remains the same, but the listener feels respected and is more open to hearing your feedback. Timing and setting matter too. Choose a private moment to discuss sensitive issues. Avoid criticizing someone in public where they may feel embarrassed or defensive. On the flip side, praise acts like a nourishing vitamin for the heart and mind. It not only acknowledges effort and achievement, but also encourages continued growth and improvement. Giving praise at the right moment strengthens relationships and builds trust. However, praise must always be sincere and specific. Avoid empty compliments or flattery that comes across as fake. People appreciate honesty and detail. For example, instead of saying, "Great job," say, "I really admire how carefully you managed that project." Such specific praise leaves a lasting positive impression. One golden rule successful communicators follow is criticize in private, praise in public. Constructive criticism should be offered discreetly and kindly, while praise should be shared openly to inspire and uplift others. And remember, practice positive communication even when addressing problems. Instead of saying, "You're doing this wrong," try, "Here's a way that might work better." Instead of, "You don't get it," say, "Let me explain it another way." Small adjustments in your words can lead to big changes in how people feel and respond. By choosing kindness and tact, you build stronger, healthier relationships. In communication, it's not always about being right or wrong. Many people enter conversations with the mindset that they must win. They treat discussions like battles where logic and evidence are their weapons. But they forget one essential truth. Communication is meant to connect, not to conquer. Think back to how many times you've argued fiercely, armed with facts to win a debate. But what was the result? The other person falls silent, not because they agree, but because they feel hurt. You might have been right, but the relationship suffered. Wise people don't try to win every argument. They aim to maintain harmony and preserve goodwill. In communication, sometimes silence is worth more than 1,000 words. Knowing when to speak and when to pause is a profound emotional intelligence. We don't always need to express our opinions. Sometimes simply listening, truly listening, is enough to make the other person feel respected. If you disagree, respond gently, or simply smile and change the topic. You're not obligated to speak in every situation. Here's another smart communication tip. Don't argue about right or wrong when emotions are high. In moments of anger, words can become weapons. We say things we regret and then spend a long time trying to mend the damage. So if emotions run high, choose silence. Wait until both sides calm down. Then speak again, more gently, tactfully, and most importantly, with compassion. Life is full of sarcasm, blame, and one-upmanship, but few people have the calmness to choose kind words, even when they feel hurt. Those who don't react impulsively or speak just to win are the ones others respect and trust. Don't trade your wisdom for pride. You may be right, but if it hurts others, what do you gain besides isolation? Be someone who chooses words, timing, and tone carefully. You don't have to say much, just say what's needed. No need to prove yourself, just be sincere. Subtlety in speech builds bridges that carry you far in all relationships, at work, home, with friends, or strangers. To conclude, in communication, sometimes a timely compliment, a silent nod, or a gentle smile speaks louder than 1,000 arguments. Don't compete to win with words. Win with your heart.